Welcome to today's meditation. This meditation will help us to encounter the different parts of ourselves with Jesus. In this meditation, I invite you to close your eyes and get yourself into a comfortable position. Take a couple deep breaths. Allow yourself to connect with the Spirit of God, alive and breathing within you. As you continue to breathe, I invite you to imagine a desert. Imagine yourself in a place that's isolated from the rest of the world. A place that appears destitute. Allow yourself to be in this place, noticing how you feel here, what you see, what you might be able to hear, maybe even smell or taste. As you allow yourself to just be in this desert, imagine Jesus meets you here. You're not alone here. How does it feel to see him in this place with you? How does your body feel? How does Jesus appear to you? Then imagine he tells you that he wants to show you something. And gently he grabs your hand. Allow yourself to feel that. Him leading you. Suddenly you are no longer in the desert, but you are in your childhood home. Look around. Notice what you see here. And then notice your child self in this place. Imagine that little child within. In your childhood home. What does this child look like? What is this child doing? What is this child wearing? What is their affect? Their body language? Their temperament? Then imagine Jesus tells you, this is your child self. And notice his affection for this child. Notice the way he looks at this child with tenderness and love. Imagine Jesus tells you, I want you to remember this part of yourself. This part of yourself that holds so many of your natural strengths, joys, hopes, and dreams. See if you can see that now. Those strengths, those joys, those hopes, those dreams. These things that make you who you truly are. Imagine Jesus tells you, I love all of this part of yourself. Can you love this part of yourself too? Notice what comes up for you. Now imagine just giving this part a hug. Let this part know that you see them, that you love them, and accept them. Notice what comes up for you as you love this part. Then imagine Jesus grabs your hand gently and says, I want to show you something else. Notice how you feel as you leave this place and enter into this new one. Allow whatever emotions that are coming up for you to just be there. Being open and curious about them. Just notice what you're seeing. What it looks like to be in this place. Notice that little child within you experiencing this difficult memory. What are you noticing? What does the child look like? What are they doing? What's their affect? Body language? Then imagine Jesus tells you, this is your wounded child self. Notice his affection for this child within you. And imagine he tells you, I want you to remember this part of yourself. This part of yourself holds all of your wounds, negative core beliefs, distressing feelings, your helplessness. This memory we are in and all of the other painful memories have shaped who you are and have formed this wounded part of you. And I love all of this part of you too. And it also pains me that you have had to experience this. For this is the reason why I willingly died on the cross. I have died for you, this part of you. And in your pain and woundedness, I have allowed myself to enter into it with you. I have always been with you. Can you love this part of you too? Can you accept that Jesus has always been with you? Can you accept that Jesus has died for you? Notice what happens as you sit with these questions. Pay attention to your body. Imagine going to this wounded child and giving her or him a big hug. Let them know that you see their pain and all of their wounds. Let them know that you are sorry they had to experience this memory. Let them know that you're sorry that they had to experience this. Then imagine Jesus grabs your hand again and tells you he has somewhere else that he'd like to take you. Then imagine you leave this place and you enter into a new memory. This time, it is a memory from your adolescence that was particularly shameful or challenging. Whatever comes up for you first, go with that. Notice what you see here. Notice the adolescent in this scene. Notice what they look like, their temperament, body language, affect. Then imagine Jesus tells you, this is your adolescent self. And notice his affection for this part of you. Imagine Jesus tells you, I want you to remember this part of yourself. This part of yourself holds all the ways you have tried to manage your wounds on your own. All the ways you've tried to protect that wounded child within you. All of your defense mechanisms. And all of your anger at the injustice of your experiences. And the experiences of others. This memory has shaped you, and all of the other difficult memories where you have moved away from your most authentic self in efforts to protect yourself from further wounding. And I love this part of you. I understand this part of you. And it pains me that you felt like you had to cope and defend yourself in the ways you did. It pains me that you were holding so much anger and fully couldn't trust in me to protect you and offer you what you always needed. For this is the reason I have sent my Spirit to be with you always, to heal you, to lead you, and guide you in my truth. Can you love this part of you? Can you forgive this part of you? The way Jesus has already forgiven you? Can you understand this part of you? The way Jesus understands this part of you? Allow yourself to sit with these questions, noticing what comes up for you and what's happening in your body. That they can trust in Jesus to show a better way. And imagine Jesus gently grabs your hand and leads you out of this place back to the desert. Notice how you feel as you come back here. Allow yourself to sit with these feelings. Now Jesus tells you that he wants you to see who you are right now. Allow images to flash by of experiences you have been going through recently, the choices you have been making, the feelings you have been feeling, how you're showing up. and the world around you. Now imagine he tells you that he loves this part of you too, and that he is giving you his very self to continue on this journey. He asks you to trust in him with every part of you, to rely on his love with every part of you, and to continue following him forward. If there is any voice that rejects yourself, makes you doubt my love, makes you want to give up on yourself, or not pursue all that I long for you, know that is not of me. And imagine he says, look at my affection for you. That is of me. And I will be with you not only in this place where you might feel alone and destitute, but everywhere you go. And with every part of you, I am with you always. I love you. Then imagine he gives you a big hug now and tells you it's time for you to go back to the world, to wherever you are in life, and live a life of love. Allow yourself to receive as you take a couple deep breaths. Rest in this love and try to extend this love to every part of yourself. Then when you feel ready, open your eyes and try to extend this love to others.